For 28 years, it was the ultimate symbol of the Cold War, a concrete scar that divided a city, a nation, and the world itself. The fall of the Berlin Wall didn't just happen overnight. It was the climax of a year of revolution, triggered by one massive bureaucratic mistake. After World War II, Germany was split. Berlin, located deep inside the Soviet zone, was also divided among the victorious Allies. Tensions escalated quickly. The 1948 blockade and subsequent airlift proved that Berlin was the front line of the global struggle for power. To stop its citizens from fleeing to the west, the East German government began building a wall under the cover of night on August 13, 1961. Over time, it grew into a sophisticated system of two walls separated by a death strip, a no-man's land of mines, searchlights, and armed guards. At checkpoint Charlie, the world held its breath as tanks faced off. The wall became the physical manifestation of the Iron Curtain. Despite the danger, thousands tried to escape. Some succeeded through tunnels or hot air balloons. At least 140 others died trying. By the mid-1980s, the foundations of the Eastern Bloc were shaking. Economic stagnation and a desire for freedom were reaching a breaking point. The arrival of Mikhail Gorbachev in the Soviet Union changed everything. His policies of glasnost and perestroika encouraged reform across the bloc. Critically, Gorbachev abandoned the Brezhnev Doctrine, signaling that the USSR would no longer use military force to save communist regimes. In May 1989, Hungary began dismantling its border fence with Austria. The first physical hole in the Iron Curtain had been torn open. Inside East Germany, peaceful Monday demonstrations grew from prayer meetings into a massive movement for democratic change. By October, hundreds of thousands were marching through the streets of Leipzig chanting, "Wir sind das Volk," we are the people. Then came the night that changed history. It all started with a confusing press conference at the East Berlin Press Center. Politburo spokesman Günter Schabowski was handed a note about new travel rules. He hadn't been fully briefed and was reading it for the first time. When asked when the rules would take effect, he famously replied, "Immediately, without delay." He had accidentally skipped the entire visa process. The news spread like wildfire. West German television broadcast his words, and thousands of East Berliners immediately rushed to the checkpoints. By 10 p.m., the pressure was immense. Border guards, having received no orders to open the gates, were paralyzed by the sheer size of the crowd. At 11:30, Commander Harald Jaeger made a unilateral choice to avoid a crush. He ordered the gates to be opened. The wall was finally breached. People from east and west embraced, weeping with joy. For the first time in nearly 30 years, Berliners were free to walk between their two worlds. Soon, wallpeckers began dismantling the symbol of their oppression. Hammers and chisels rang out through the night as the wall literally came down. The fall of the wall sent shockwaves across the globe. It was the beginning of the end for the entire Eastern Bloc. The Velvet Revolution in Czechoslovakia and the fall of the Ceausescu regime in Romania followed in rapid succession. The Iron Curtain was disintegrating. Within months, the two German states began the process of reunification. An economic and monetary union was formed, adopting the West German mark. On October 3, 1990, less than a year after the wall fell, Germany was officially reunited. The Day of German Unity remains a national holiday. By December 1991, the Soviet Union itself dissolved. The Cold War, which had defined half a century of global history, was finally over. Today, much of the former border has been transformed into the European Green Belt, a nature preserve spanning 8,000 miles where death once stood. The story of the Berlin Wall is a testament to the fact that no barrier, however formidable, can forever suppress the human desire for freedom.